The hallway smelled of polish and quiet money, the kind that never needed to announce itself. Soft light spilled from tall windows, reflecting off marble floors that little Lily's shoes barely made a sound on. She was holding her backpack straps tight, knuckles pale, as she stood in front of the large glass doors that led to the private elevator. Her stepmother leaned down slowly, a practiced smile on her lips, voice dropping to a whisper meant only for the child. "Goodbye, Lily," she said softly, almost kindly. "Be a good girl. Some people are just not meant to stay." Lily's throat tightened. She nodded because she had learned that nodding made things easier. She had learned that asking questions made adults sigh. Her eyes flicked toward the floor, then back up, searching the hallway one last time, as if hoping someone might appear and change everything. Her stepmother straightened, already reaching into her purse, already done. Behind her, unseen, the private elevator doors slid open without a sound. A man stepped out. He stood still, listening. He had been gone longer than he ever meant to be. A last-minute board meeting in Singapore, a delayed flight, then the decision to come, straight from the airport to surprise his daughter before school pickup. He had imagined Lily running into his arms, her laugh echoing down the hall. Instead, he walked into silence and a whispered goodbye that froze him in place. He knew that voice. He knew that tone. And he knew his daughter's shoulders, well enough to recognize fear in the way they curled inward. For a moment, he said nothing. The weight of what he'd just heard pressed hard against his chest. Then Lily looked up and her eyes widened.
"Daddy?"
She whispered, unsure, like she was afraid the word might disappear if she said it too loudly. The stepmother turned. The color drained from her face so fast it was almost impressive. Her confident posture faltered, heels shifting on the marble. You weren't supposed to be back until tomorrow," she stammered. The man didn't look at her right away. He walked past her instead, kneeling in front of Lily. He set his briefcase down gently, as if even that sound might scare her. "Hey, Peanut," he said, voice steady but low. "I'm here." Lily's eyes filled instantly. She threw herself into his arms, fingers clutching his coat like it was the only solid thing left in the world. He held her tightly, one hand cradling the back of her head, the other rubbing slow circles on her back. He felt the tremble in her body, felt how thin she'd become since the last time he'd seen her. Behind them, the stepmother cleared her throat. "This isn't what it looks like," she said quickly. "I was just helping Lily get ready for a change." He stood slowly, keeping Lily tucked against his side. Only then did he turn to face his wife. "A change?" he repeated. His voice was calm, which somehow made it more dangerous. "You told my daughter goodbye." She swallowed. She's sensitive. "I didn't want to confuse her. By telling her she doesn't belong." Silence. The hallway felt smaller now, the air heavier. Lily pressed her face into her father's chest, as if hiding from the words she already understood too well. The man took a breath. He had negotiated billion-dollar deals, faced hostile takeovers, dismantled rivals with calm precision, but nothing had prepared him for the quiet cruelty of what he was seeing now. "How long?" he asked. The stepmother forced a smile. "I don't know what you think you heard." "How long?" he repeated, firmer. Her shoulders sagged slightly. "Since you started traveling more. She cries at night. She doesn't listen. I thought boarding school would be better for her. Structure, discipline." "You thought," he said, "that sending my daughter away without telling me was acceptable?" "I'm your wife," she snapped suddenly. "I run this house. I sacrificed." "You tolerated," he cut in. "And tolerance is not love." He looked down at Lily. "Did she tell you you were going somewhere?" Lily nodded against him. She said, "Daddy was too busy now. That I made things harder." Something broke then. Not loudly. Just enough to change everything. He straightened, eyes never leaving his wife. "Pack your things." Her mouth fell open. "Excuse me? You're leaving today?" "You can't be serious." "I'm very serious." She laughed, sharp and disbelieving. "You'd choose her over me?" He didn't hesitate. Every time. Security arrived minutes later, summoned quietly by a single message sent from his phone. The stepmother's protests echoed down the hall as she was escorted out, heels clicking faster with each step, dignity unraveling behind her. When the doors finally closed, the silence returned. Lily looked up at her father, eyes red. "Am I in trouble?" He crouched again, bringing himself level with her. "No, sweetheart. You were never the problem. I'm sorry I didn't see sooner. He took her home himself that day. Canceled every meeting. Ignored every call. That evening, they sat on the couch eating ice cream straight from the carton, Lily's head resting against his arm like it used to when she was smaller. Later that night, after Lily fell asleep, he sat at the edge of her bed and watched her breathe. He made a promise then, not aloud but deep enough that it settled into his bones. No deal, no empire. No one would ever come before his child again. And somewhere far away, a woman who had whispered goodbye learned the cost of underestimating a quiet man and the love of a father who finally heard everything.